Scott, that's right. It is Friday night, rolling into the weekend. A cool start to the weekend tomorrow morning with some clouds. Today, nice and pleasant, but mostly below average temperatures. Tonight, a red flag warning does continue for the areas John Palmentary just talked about. A good part of Santa Barbara County, the South Coast, Los Padres National Forest, dealing with this very real sundowner threat. Coming up at 6:30, I am going to show some of those strong sundowner winds. We showed that at 11 last night. Right. Wait till you see this, how windy it is already in some areas.
Oh, no. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Alan.
One of the key factors with the storm, the reason why we've been watching it so closely, is because it's tapping into southerly flow. The southerly winds can help enhance rainfall amounts, and the threat in the burn zone, not as high as what we saw this morning out at the Thomas Fire, but still, I would say, moderate for at least the next few hours. So you see right here is the area of low pressure. The main low is right now in central Nevada. Where's it going? It's actually moving from east to west. That's a little bit unusual for us. It's going to move towards the central coast as we make our way into the day on Friday.
Alan, you spotted it. You thought you saw a couple drops during John's live shot there.
Yeah, and you know, you'll never believe it. I was staring as closely as I could at his mustache, trying to see if any water was accumulating. You know what we have in this? Tony, I understand you have a little weather joke to share with me. Is that true?
Yes, Alan. Is it bearable out here or what?
It is bearable, but Tiny, it's not going to be bearable later in the week. Winds right now gusting at about 24 miles per hour. Overall tonight, not a lot of strong wind in the forecast out of the Cruces Fire. Valley rain, mountain snow on Sunday. I mean, that's not something we see out here on the Central Coast. At a high of only 48 in Paso.
And of course, our chief meteorologist, Alan Rose, is monitoring the conditions too. Not what we need right now.
Closely, yeah. It's almost a repeat of what we saw in December. It's a windy, it's a warm, it's a dry pattern here, probably for the foreseeable future. Now, what's interesting here is due to the curve of the coast, making us the south coast, get an east flow. As we know, the Santa Ana stops short of Santa Barbara. Now, sometimes that east wind will blow past the Santa Lucia Mountains in SLO County, and they'll get some gusts, but not like what they'll see down to the south. Ventura County, watch out, folks. Red flag warning, as we just learned, going into effect tomorrow morning. Strong Santa Ana is possibly the strongest of the season so far. That, coupled with the dry and warm air mass, increases the fire weather risk. So what we mean by that is if something were to ignite in the strong gust, it could spread rather quickly. A perfect recipe for a bad situation. And here's more detail on the wind, because a wind advisory does accompany this red flag warning. This is also in effect for the same time period. The coast gust around 45 miles per hour. They're going to pick up tomorrow morning, and I think the peak of this comes in on Friday morning. Now, for the inland areas, including the valleys and the mountains, we will see gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour, but some of the mountains out towards the LA County line could see gusts up near 70. So very strong wind heading our way tonight. Focus of the wind will be out across the Gaviota coastline, but not really anything too significant. No advisories in place again in Santa Barbara. No warnings as well. But as we head towards Thursday morning and that offshore picks up, look how the contour map lights up with the blues, the greens, the yellows, the oranges. The orange color, by the way, the most intense part of that Santa Ana event. And you can see as we head towards Thursday night, look at the sustained wind speeds above 30, even 40 miles per hour in the hills around Ojai, the Santa Paula 126 corridor, getting some strong wind, and that will continue into Friday morning. Now, tonight in the Oxnard area, not seeing any sign of the Santa Ana. Probably won't reach us here until after sunrise tomorrow. Ventura, you can see that on the planner forecast, 63 at 7, 57 at 11. Gray early, but it burns off quickly as the offshore picks up and the wind starts to howl out of the east and northeast. Low pressure, very cold weather system dropping through the Great Basin is the perfect primer for these Santa Ana winds. It's also going to bring in some warmer temperatures, 70s and 80s through the end of the week. The wind does slack off a little bit over the upcoming weekend. So here's a look at the beach forecast for Arroyo Burro Beach in Santa Barbara, known as Hendry's Beach by the locals. On Friday, a warm for November type of day with temperatures up near 80 and winds here out of the north at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we're heading in that direction, getting warmer than what we saw today. 70 in Goleta, 77 in Santa Barbara, and 75 in Montecito. Cool start up north, especially in wind-protected areas. Could see the overnight lows down to the 30s or 40s, but afternoon highs warm up quite a bit. Look at the spread in Paso, 35 to 80, 42 to 82 in SLO, and 45 to 80 in Nipomo. And for Ventura County, temperatures on our Thursday warming to the 70s to lower 80s. Santa Barbara 7-day forecast. I backed off a bit on the heat here, but still think It gets rather warm to close out the week at 82. Cooling down some through the weekend for Veterans Day, but still staying above average for this time of the year. Ventura, windy and warmer with very strong Santa Anas that even linger into Saturday, and perhaps a second surge of those Monday to Tuesday. Lompoc area 77, then 80, low to mid 70s for the weekend forecast. And in Santa Ynez, warm daytime highs, but look at that. Could be talking about our first freeze of the season in Santa Ynez this weekend or early next week, with lows dancing right near that 32-degree freezing mark.
That's incredible. 50-degree difference. Wow.
Big spread. Yeah. You know, we start to see that a little bit in the fall, but we don't like to see it where it gets that hot during the day.
Of course.
We don't mind the cooler weather at night.
Yeah, you bet. Okay, thanks, Alan.
Thank you.
I asked you last year, tell me your favorite part about Fiesta. And you said that's like picking your favorite child. It's hard to do. But now that you've had time to think about it, what do you think?
Hi everyone, Alan Rose reporting here at beautiful Lake Tahoe. And check this out, the sun is about to rise, and this is just the most ideal setting. I think many of you know I'm an avid skier, so I'm in heaven here. This is the second full day of the Operation Sierra Storm Weather Conference. And welcome back, everyone. Well, Six Flags has done it again, breaking records with their 19th roller coaster, Twisted Colossus. And being that I'm a huge coaster enthusiast, I just had to check it out for myself.
And I am here at Six Flags Magic Mountain on one of the most hotly anticipated rides of the year. It is called Twisted Colossus, and what makes it so unique is it's a hybrid coaster. We take the existing Colossus wood track and combine it with steel for one-of-a-kind thrills. Here we go.
Merge the wood and the steel, and it's a new technology, and Magic Mountain's just taking it to the next level.
Woo! Here we go, yeah! Yeah! Woo! Woo! Woo!
And now here's the barrel roll.
Yes!
Yeah!
Awesome! Woo! That is one amazing thrill, almost 5,000 feet of track, making Six Flags the undisputed thrill capital of the world. Reporting from Six Flags Magic Mountain in Santa Clarita, I'm Chief Meteorologist Alan Rose.
And
That looks like fun.
Yeah, still grinning ear to ear, had the hands up. Now the roller coaster makes its debut tomorrow at Six Flags Magic Mountain, so check it out.
And how long is the ride, do you think?
It's, I think it's about 4 minutes long and almost 5,000 feet of track. That's why it's the longest hybrid coaster in the world.